Hello and welcome back to Conversations with Nitin Potdar. Today I want to read out a message I received last week. It came from a young lawyer. I don't know her face or voice, but I have not been able to stop thinking about her message. She wrote, Sir, I am a corporate and M&A lawyer with 2 years of experience. I have been on a brief career break and I was going through a divorce. My experience has been with boutique firms of Tier 2 and Tier 3. I come from a non-NLU background. Could you please guide me on how to plunge back into the recruitment pool of a good law firm, considering my brief break from the work? Friends, I want you to read that message again with me in your head. A young woman, 2 years into her career, just divorced, one of the most painful experiences of any human being can go through. And what is she writing to me about? Not her healing, not her grief, not the personal storm she had just walked through. She's writing to me about her resume. She's already apologizing to the market for being human. And honestly, I felt very sad. Today I want to speak directly to every young lawyer who is feeling exactly what she is feeling. The one who finished law school and offers never came. The one who started then had to pause for some personal reasons, for parents' illness, for their own mental health, or for any reason whatsoever. The one from a non-NLU background who feels invisible in this market. The one sitting at home tonight wondering quietly if their career had already failed before it began. If you are one of those, this conversation is for you. Please stay with me. Let me say something I want you to hear very clearly. There is nothing wrong with you or taking a break. A gap in your CV is not a failure. It is human. Friends, not getting placed immediately after the law school does not mean you are unemployable. It's very, very important. Coming from Tier 2 or Tier 3 firms does not make you less of a lawyer. Coming from a non-NLU college does not mean you don't belong to this profession. And taking a pause for your any personal reason, for your grief, for your family, for your own healing is not weakness at all. It is wisdom. It is being a full human being before you are a lawyer. So please today, let go the apology. You owe the market no apology for being a person first. Let me tell you something even more important. This pause you are in, whether it was forced upon you or whether you chose it, this might be the most valuable gift your career ever receives. Because most lawyers in our profession never gets this. They start the treadmill at 22 and they don't stop running until they are exhausted at 40. You have been given something rare, time. Time to do 3 things that most young lawyers never do. Research, rethink, and refocus. Research the market, the firms, the practice areas. Who is doing what? Who is growing? Who is hiring? Rethink what you actually want. What pulls you? What drains you? Where you genuinely belong? Refocus your direction, your energy, your next move with clarity instead of panic. This is not lost time. This is foundational time. Lawyer who restarts after this pause with clarity and conviction, friends, will move faster in 5 years than one who never stopped to think. So how do you actually begin again? Let me walk you through it step by step. Step 1. Honest introspection. Sit down with yourself quietly with no phone, no noise, and honestly ask yourself, what have I actually done so far? What internships did I do? What kind of work made me lose track of time? What kind of work made me learn, grow, and happy? What pulled me in? What drained me? If you can identify your calling, you practice area beautifully. Go deep into it. But if you are still unsure, please don't panic. It is absolutely okay to start again without complete clarity. Clarity comes, friends, through action, not through thinking endlessly. Step 2. Build your LinkedIn profile carefully. Write your profile with honesty. Do not overstate, do not invent, do not inflate your role as at your last firm, and do not claim expertise you don't possess. And the gap, own it briefly with dignity. You don't need to explain it in detail. Just say took a brief personal break. It's enough. The world is more understanding than you fear. Then start networking quietly and consistently. Comment thoughtfully on posts in your area. Send a few personal messages every week. Be visible without being desperate. Friends, I'll do one full conversation just on LinkedIn for young lawyers. A complete walkthrough. Stay tuned for that separately. Step 3. Prepare your resume and meet firms personally. Identify, friends, good firms, a mix of couple of tier 1 names, couple of tier 2, and please some good boutique firms too. Don't dismiss boutique firms. Some of the finest legal minds, friends, in this country are running quiet boutique practices, and I know them. And this is important, don't just send emails into void. Go and meet them in person wherever possible. But before you walk into the firm, study the firm, read their website, look at the practice areas, understand their growth, see where you might genuinely fit. And when you sit across from a partner, please listen to me carefully. Walk in with one clear message. Not what you want from them, but what you can contribute to them. Friends, separately, I have done one conversation as to how do you face a interview of a law firm. Please look at that episode again. Friends, that's one single shift from what I can get to what I can give will change every interview you ever sit for the rest of your career. Step 4. When push comes to shove, just start anywhere. Listen to me carefully, friends. This is very important. If a tier 1 firm calls, wonderful. If a good tier 2 firm calls, wonderful. If a small boutique firm calls, also wonderful. Even if a small unknown firm calls, please take it. Because starting matters more than starting big. The lawyer who has been working 1 year anywhere is in a stronger position, friends, than a lawyer still waiting at home for a perfect offer. Momentum builds confidence, confidence builds opportunity, and opportunity builds career. Do not sit at home holding out for a brand name. Take a decent start, build from there, move up when you are ready. Step 5. This is most important. Never ever stop learning. While you are rebuilding, keep learning. Take an online diploma, tax, M&A, arbitration, insolvency, litigation, banking, contract law, draft, data privacy, whatever excites you. Keep learning. Read maybe one book a month, read judgments in your area. Follow good legal blogs, listen to podcasts on long walks, You have to keep mentally engaged with learning process. Because in this profession, the day you stop learning is the day you stop being a lawyer. Continuous learning, friends, is not optional. It's a price of staying relevant for 30 years. Now, there's one more step and the most important one. And it is not on any LinkedIn post, it is not on any career guide. It is mental preparation. Because you cannot rebuild a career from a place of self-pity. You cannot. You cannot rebuild from a place of comparison. You cannot rebuild while you are scrolling LinkedIn, looking at your batchmates' promotions, getting smaller and smaller in your own eyes. You must rebuild from a place of conviction. So please hear me tonight, friends. Forget your batchmates. Forget what your cousin is earning. Forget the LinkedIn highlights you have been doom scrolling at 2 a.m. Forget the friends who got tier 1 offer. Forget them. This is your career, not theirs. And you and only you have to take it forward. So stop comparing. Stop cursing yourself. Stop cursing others. Stop counting the months you are lost. Just start counting the things you still hold, still going to build. Now, before we close, friends, let me tell you about my own start. Because I want you to know that I'm not speaking from a textbook. I'm speaking from my own life. You have heard me say before that I'm a first generation lawyer and that I took 4 attempts to clear solicitor's exam. But there is one part of my story I want shared with you. The year was 1990. I had just cleared my solicitors. I was ready to begin my career. And like the young lawyer who wrote to me last week, struggled to find placement. I'm not exaggerating. I'm not romanticizing. It was hard, very hard, friends. I knocked the doors. I waited for replies that didn't come. I sat through interviews that went nowhere. And I went through that long, long stretch where you wonder if anyone will ever say yes to you. And after much effort, finally, Crawford Bayley took me in. But here's the part nobody talks about. I did not walk into M&A or foreign investment practice. I did not walk into corporate work. I walked into litigation, old litigation, under a partner who was handling final hearing matters in Bombay High Court. Now, was that what I had planned for? Answer is no. Was that what I had imagined for myself? Again, answer is no. Was that what my batchmates seemed to be doing? Probably not. But I joined anyway. I worked. I worked for 1 full year in that litigation team. I attended courts, drafted pleadings, I sat through hearings, I prepared briefs, I observed senior counsel argue at the highest levels. And only after 1 year of litigation, I had proven myself, was I able to transition to Mr. Arisha's team. And that was where my M&A began for me. Foreign direct investment, private equity, the work that defined my entire life. I stayed with Mr. Shah for 9 years, slowly, patiently building my specialization. Those were wonderful days, friends. Because every day I was learning. And here is the thing. That 1 year of litigation that I had never planned for and that I had not chosen, that I almost felt I was wrong for me. That year became one of the most valuable years in my entire career. It taught me how courts function. It taught me how judges think. It taught me discipline. It taught me drafting. It taught me how to hold pressure. It taught me how to enforce contracts. It taught me how to defend cases in court. And that helped me tremendously during my corporate practice. I did some of the finest corporate litigations. Without that year, the M&A lawyer I became could not have existed. So please, my dear friends, hear me tonight. My career did not begin where I wanted it to begin. It began where it was willing to begin. And I started anyway, quietly, without complaint, without comparing myself with anyone. If you give your career an honest start, any honest start, it will repay you beyond what you can imagine. So to every young lawyer who couldn't get placed, to every young lawyer who has taken a pause, to every young lawyer who from a non-NLU college from tier 2, from a smaller town, from a hard year, you are not behind. You are not broken. You are not finished. Your career has not failed to start. It's just waiting for you to begin with conviction. So whatever this last year has been for you, call it that, your first attempt in learning. The real career begins now. So tell my friends, where are you tonight? Are you sitting at home waiting for an offer that hasn't come? Please start the introspection tomorrow morning. Start the LinkedIn rewrite. Pick up the phone and ask for a one meeting. Are you returning from a personal break and feeling invisible? Please own your story with dignity, not apology. The market will respect what you respect about yourself. Write to me on LinkedIn through conversations with Nitin Potdar. I read every message, I respond to everyone. Because every young lawyer deserves at least one senior in their corner, and I'm happy to be that senior for you. And listen, this is just one conversation. Many more honest ones ahead. How to build your LinkedIn profile, as I said. How to choose between a small firm and a big one. How to forgive yourself for hard year. Subscribe, stay with me. Until next time, my young friend, you are not behind. You are just beginning differently. So go. Start anywhere, anyhow. Just start. The rest will follow. Thank you so much. Take care.